got a few spare dollars to invest, you might not want to buy some cattle or a wheat field or practically anything else associated with agriculture, because farming in Canada is in big trouble and has been for years. The number of farms just keeps falling. It's harder and harder, it seems, for farmers to make ends meet. And nowadays, you're also subject to all kinds of daffy environmental regulations that seem to have been drafted by somebody who's never been anywhere near a farm. But here's a weird thing. For decades now in Canada, subsidies to agriculture have exceeded the total profits of the sector. In fact, they've been a multiple of it. And that's to say nothing of indirect help like tariffs and boards. And yet, it's harder and harder for farmers to make ends meet. And this makes it a good time to recall Henry Hazlitt's warning that government hostility to an industry is sometimes not as dangerous as government help. Subsidies look good. The trouble is, if they're the main source of your income, you start to direct your behavior toward them instead of toward your customers. You start to think less about the future and change and more about the past and making sure you continue to qualify for those programs. Now, you look at the state of agriculture in Canada, it might seem cruel to suggest withdrawing subsidies when times are so tough, but they did it in New Zealand more than 20 years ago. There were predictions of disaster, but instead the farming sector has diversified, it has flourished, it's become more fulfilling to be a farmer. Maybe in this country, we need fewer subsidies in agriculture and more farming.